A major hotel casino right on the strip here in Las Vegas is up for sale, and we have a major player that helped form the entire entertainment scene in Las Vegas fighting for his life on his deathbed right now with a terminal illness that nobody's talking about. But I have some insider information about this person. I have some stuff right here on my desk that I'm going to show you that's very interesting, and we're going to talk about that so it doesn't take you for shock when it does happen, because it looks like it's going to happen. We're going to lose another Vegas icon soon here in town, and I hope that doesn't happen. I hope this person has a full recovery, but I'll explain in the second part of this video. How's it going, everybody? My name is Steven, and I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I hope you guys would like, share, subscribe the videos, hit the bell for the future notifications, and I'll ask some questions that you guys can answer while we're doing the video. But if you guys want to support the channel, do those free things. It doesn't cost you nothing to do. And then if you guys also want to support further, there's a Facebook group called Not Leaving Las Vegas. And we also have channel memberships, Patreon. If you guys are already on those, you'll see that I did a nice little 6-minute 4K 60 frames per second video that you guys can check out. It's in a state that looks a lot like Las Vegas in Nevada, but it ain't Nevada. It was a cool trip that the wife and I took. We also post up little short film documentaries about the city, and of course do lots of live streams, and you guys can do that. VegasFacemasks.com is another option if you guys want to. The only 2 masks you'll ever need. This, of course, is my Raiders motif. Now, look, we don't sell these Raiders masks or any of our licensed stuff. Essentially, you buy one at $25, you get to pick another one completely free, and that can be the licensed stuff because we can't sell those things, of course. VegasFacemasks.com. Notice then handmade in Las Vegas by my wife, sent out to you with care and love, and a signed thank you letter by myself. We ship anywhere in the United States for free, and we do bulk orders if you guys want to, and we ship internationally too. Speaking of international stuff, the second news that I have, the news is murky. It comes from overseas. It's weird, even though this person's a Vegas person beyond all accounts. But the first thing we have to talk about is that major hotel that's being sold on the strip. So what hotel is this? Well, last night in my live stream, somebody awesome pointed out that CB Richard Ellis, the giant, huge real estate company, had a listing for a Las Vegas property that looked a lot like the Tropicana. And over the night, the news did develop, and yes, the Tropicana is for sale again. Of course, the Tropicana was sold just a few months ago. Was put up for sale, announced for sale. They said that the asking price would be somewhere around $360 million at the time, but the property was worth over $700 million. And whether or not Penn National Gaming, who owned the property at the time, just wanted to offload it and get rid of some fat on their books and get some cash influx to help operate during the coronavirus pandemic was one thing. And then boom, just like that, the property was actually purchased by a holding company that, from what I read and my research indicated, was actually Penn National Gaming's own creation. So they just moved an asset around. But now the property is up for sale again, and there's a couple of people they're saying that might actually buy this thing. So the first and most likely might be Twin Rivers Gaming, which I found out turned into Bally's Corporation. Bally's Corp. Yeah, Bally's Corp. If it sounds like the property on the strip, because it is. A couple of months back, Caesars Entertainment Group, the new Caesars Entertainment, not the old one that couldn't make any money, the new one that's owned by Eldorado but changed their name, they sold off the Bally's branding, meaning that they can use that branding in other places. Different companies could. They sold it to Twin Rivers Holdings, and Twin Rivers Holdings owns about 10 different properties across the country, but nothing on a Vegas scale. Not to throw any shade on those properties. They're really nice casinos and resorts, I'm sure. I've not been to any of them, but let's just assume they're really nice. They might look to get a foothold in the Las Vegas market. So the rumor I was hearing was that they would just buy the Bally's because it seems like Caesars is on a bit of a selling spree and they want to sell some properties. And hey, you already sold the Bally's brand. Why don't you sell the Bally's Hotel Casino? Problem with that is that, it's right in the middle of the strip. It's attached to the Paris. But hey, why don't you go ahead and enter the market in Las Vegas if you're the Bally's Corporation, the new corporation that was founded when they bought the naming rights, and just buy something like the Tropicana. So by doing that, they could rebrand the Tropicana. I really hope that they wouldn't rebrand the Tropicana. Please don't rebrand it. Keep that iconic name. Don't change it too much. It's such an iconic property, but it could be positive news with the giant possible cash infusion for the property and new owners that want to do different things with it, and the employees having some level of consistency, because right now there's no consistency for anybody who works in the gaming sector in Las Vegas. So it'd be good if they could do something like that. Other possible suitors might be the Seminole tribe that owns the Hard Rock brand down in Florida. They've been looking since they let go of well, they didn't let go. They didn't own the Hard Rock in Las Vegas. It was leased. But since the Hard Rock brand left Las Vegas with the upcoming Virgin Casino opening some point in 2021, we certainly hope, they've been looking to get a foothold on the Strip again. Rumors are that they might, hey, maybe we'll buy the Hard Rock, or maybe we'll buy this, or maybe we'll buy the Planet Hollywood, that is. Maybe we'll buy that. Nope, looks like they might be buying the Tropicana. That's a possibility. So fresh coats of paint and fresh ownership is always a good thing, especially when you have a casino that's been through as much as the Trop. Let's see how it develops. Subscribe. Hey, do you have any memories of the Tropicana? Is it your favorite hotel? The pools are very nice at the Tropicana. I have memories there. My wife and I had one of our very first dates there. Share that in the comments below. The second thing, now that we're about halfway into the video, that we do have to talk about, the news comes internationally. I have a source here that works in entertainment that told me a few things about this person. And yeah, so if you remember, just last late fall, was it? Roy Horn passed away. They say he passed away from complications due to COVID, but the truth is that Roy was very, very sick. He suffered a stroke, and he had many, many health problems after he was, in that Tiger incident way back in the early 2000s. And now it looks like Siegfried, I will not try to pronounce his last name and disrespect him. Looks like Siegfried is also on his deathbed facing a battle with pancreatic cancer, terminal pancreatic cancer. So from what I'm being told, Siegfried was always a big member of his community in town. And I actually have something that's very interesting. I actually have this program here from 1981. This is their original show, Beyond Belief, The Amazing Spectacle. I'm going to just kind of leaf through this while we're talking on this video, show you guys that. So from what I'm being told, Siegfried was always a big pillar in his community, but around late last fall or early last fall, he kind of disappeared from the limelight. People were not seeing him in the community anymore. He was not interacting with folks. My source is telling me he was such a nice guy. He was a volunteer usher at his church that he went to every single week. He would be Siegfried, but they didn't look at him that way. They just looked at him like an awesome guy that did nice things. So the news is coming out of Germany. His sister is a nun in Germany, and she actually talked to some German publications there and said that he had an operation in December, and now he's at home with 2 hospice nurses who are actually helping him to try to fight for his life. So it's a really sad day when somebody like Siegfried is on his possible last legs, and I hope that he survives. Turns out that Siegfried and Roy changed Vegas in more ways than you could possibly know. Their first show was over at the Frontier, of course. If you look at this program that I'm showing you right now, it says Irvin Feld and Kenneth Feld present, and they were the Barnum and Bailey's circus people, which of course is interesting. And from what I learned, they actually continued to produce his show. Of course, the programs dropped the Barnum and Bailey branding when they moved over to the Mirage, and the Mirage show, the Mirage version of the Siegfried and Roy show, of course, changed Las Vegas forever. It kind of paved the way for the whole entire concept of Cirque du Soleil. It was a production number with Broadway producers, and it put a whole different level of entertainment shine on what the entire experience of seeing a show in Las Vegas would be like. At the time, the tickets to the show were somewhere in the area of $70, which in the 80s was absolutely unheard of. And now you flash forward to shows like Michael Jackson's MJ1, or Michael Jackson 1 over at the Mandalay Bay, where the show can sell in a regular audience when it's not COVID times for upwards of $300 per ticket. Of course, the front seats at the Bellagio's O show sell for $350 a ticket. So this is really, these guys were really pioneers and trailblazers. Now, for whatever reason, you're not going to find this information on the news. If you type in Siegfried Hospice, you'll find 2 different articles, maybe 3. Wasn't really covered by anybody. The TMZ's not on top of this. It was in the Review Journal, in a Twitter post, or an Instagram post from Extra TV, and then one other Daily Mail UK blog, and they all have the same basic amount of information. But from what I'm being told, he's fighting right now. At home, he was voluntarily released on his own accord, asked to go home, but he hired 2 hospice nurses. And when you're into hospice care, you're not really doing very, very well. So it's a terminal illness, but he's a fighter. This is that whole thing where love lost can often lead to one person's mate basically passing away and then the other person not being able to fight. Who knows? If he has a terminal illness, it means he was fighting it for a long time, and we'll see where all this goes. So stay tuned to the channel. Do you have memories of Siegfried and Roy? Did you ever see the show? A lot of people have. I did cover Roy Horn's passing, but I did it in such a way that I uploaded the video at the wrong time, so it didn't get a lot of views. You can search my channel for that. We talked about them way back when it happened last fall. So that's the news today. It's like John Lennon once said, I read the news today, oh boy. And it's sometimes not great news, but sometimes that's the news. I'm interested to know what your thoughts are. Be sure to stay tuned to the channel. I'll be posting up a video that it's going to be kind of commemorating my 2 years on YouTube. I'm going to try to finish that today in between stuff on my lunch break at work. I try to work on this stuff as hard as I possibly can because my name is Steven and I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. So be sure you guys do like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell for the future notifications. If you guys are looking to do the mask thing, VegasFacemasks.com. Got to wear them nowadays everywhere you go. To all my friends up in Canada, I hope you guys are doing okay. We do ship up there. Ontario is completely locked down. It's very, very sad. We ship international, though, so if you guys need a good quality set of masks, pick something good, get something handmade right here from the channel. So now's the time of the video where I say 3, 2, 1, click. So we're going to click out of this one. Yep, sometimes the news sucks, but you got to read the news, and you got to be as objective as you can, I suppose, with a little sprinkling of analysis and not too much opinion. So I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, click. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, and click.